Good evening. Of all the time bombs in the American economy set to explode with dire consequences, this is a big one. Staggering debt from student loans.
Decades to pay off.
A new life with old debts.
The cost of college is skyrocketing. For a lot of young people, it means graduating from school with mountains of student loan debt.
$1.2 trillion. How about that?
A growing number of Americans are starting their careers deeply in debt, a result of all the money they had to borrow to pay for their education.
Student loan debt is having an impact on how people live their lives, and it's causing delays in getting married, buying a car, buying a house, having children, saving for retirement.
70% of people who are asked in this brand new study say they admitted they either hate their work or they feel completely uninspired on the job.
I think when you graduate in the midst of a terrible recession, that it really does impact you and it impacts your decision making.
You guys, here at Montana State University, where I came over 3.5 years ago, and I want to tell you a quick story about my personal experience with college. Now, this isn't everyone's personal experience, but mine wasn't exactly one of, rainbows. It wasn't something that I was really stoked about. 3.5 years ago, I was a senior in high school, and if you were, a senior in high school at one point in time, especially in our generation, in our day and age, everyone's always asking you, hey, what college are you going to? They never ask you, are you going to college or not? So I went to college because it was expected of me. I wasn't prepared at all. And so literally the night before I came to college, my freshman year, okay, I packed my stuff up and I came to college. I didn't have a dorm set up. I didn't have anything set up for that matter. I didn't even have the money to go. So I basically went to college, all right, to party for the first couple of weeks. But here's the thing, I put myself in debt to go party. And obviously it kind of really sat with me in a negative way. I put myself into a bunch of debt, to take a bunch of classes that I didn't really want to take. I took out a bunch of student loans. And at that point I was starting, after a little while, as the year progressed, I started to get a little bit depressed. And so here's the thing, you guys, the senior year, the reason I didn't really prepare for college was because I was kind of over school in the first place by the end of senior year. And so that summer was literally the best summer of my life. The best by far. I mean, all I did was live on a lake, one of the most beautiful lakes, Flathead Lake in Montana, the cleanest one this side of the Mississippi, cleanest lake by far. It's a huge lake, and we would go boating every day. We would go jet skiing, anything on the lake. And so I had so much fun. And as I was going through college, I realized one thing. Is this really how life's gonna be? Am I really gonna have to grow up here? Am I gonna have to get a job because I have a degree? And I started to think about it. I want that same lifestyle that I had senior year, you guys. And so, like I said, as the year progressed, I wasn't really happy. And then finally by sophomore year, it truly was a blessing for me. My brother showed me a way out. And so at that point in time, I was really ready for a change. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you right now, you need to do what I'm doing. But what I am saying is if you're ready for a change like I was, all right, if you're at a point in situation in your life where you're just not happy, where you just don't feel fulfilled, or you're just sitting there working a dead-end job because you can see that glass ceiling, okay, if you're sitting in a position in your life where you're going to college and you don't have any passion as to what you're studying, then I'm going to tell you there is a way out, but you're going to have to pay close attention. But here's the thing, it wasn't the end of my pain, not at all. Okay, so 2 years, all right, from that point in time up until now, I struggled in building my own online internet business. And I struggled a lot. And I'm gonna tell you a quick story about how that struggle and that stress really created a situation in my life where I needed to change. Otherwise, I was gonna sit there and rot in my sorrow. So check this out, you guys. After about a year of failing, I started to feel bad about myself. I started to wonder whether or not I could actually accomplish it. And so I started to get sick. And at first I thought it was because I was working. I was mowing lawns back then. I was mowing lawns. And I thought it was maybe just because I was working, maybe, I tweaked my back. So I went to the chiropractor because I started getting really weak. And by weak, I mean I started having a hard time walking. Now as a 20-year-old, at that point in time, 2 years ago, if you're having trouble walking, then there's obviously something wrong. So I went to the chiropractor to get my back checked out. But here's the thing, he saw drooping in my left side of my face, and I noticed it too, but I didn't want to say anything because I was scared. So here's the thing, you guys, I went to him and he told me, yo, here's the deal. I'm gonna need clearance to work on you. Because if I work on you and I tweak something, I could seriously hurt you. So I'm gonna need clearance. You need to go get a physical. I went to go get a physical by a lady, awesome lady, been in practice, for 15 plus years. And she told me she'd never seen a case like it because I had a super high heart rate, super high blood pressure. So as I was sitting there, a 20-year-old with all these symptoms, and she couldn't figure it out, and I had drooping on the left side of my face, she thought maybe I had a miniature stroke. I mean, I was to the point where I could barely walk. I would try to walk up a curb. Okay, I would literally try to walk up a curb. I put one foot up, the other one gave out, I fell up a curb. And at 20 years old, you have to understand how scary that was for me. I was like a 90-year-old man on his deathbed. I lost all the muscle in my body, I lost all the muscle in my legs, and I couldn't even walk. So she called me later that night, left 3 voicemails saying, I'm really worried about you, Paul. You need to go to the hospital. You need to go to the ER. I basically had to be dragged into the ER because I couldn't even walk. And as I got there, they did a CAT scan, blood test, an EKG, and 2 MRIs. And here's the crazy part. They didn't find anything wrong with me. And at that moment in time, I knew. I just knew in my heart. It was the stress that I had created in my life because I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel good enough. And so here's the thing, you guys. As I sat in that bed, they let me out later that night. Luckily, I didn't have a stroke. They let me out later that night. And here's the thing, you guys. I told myself, you know what? This is a test of your true steel, Paul. You're going to get through this. You were just so stressed. And you know what? You're going to get better. Within a month's time, I got better. And after about a month, I was able to exercise. I was able to work out again. It was just a crazy thing that happened. But I truly do believe it's a testament to how serious stress can be in our lives and how its negative effects can, perpetuate the longer that you actually stick in a situation that isn't, conducive to your growth. And I wasn't growing in that situation. So at that point in time, I decided, screw it. I'm going to change my life. I'm going to turn it around. All right, and that's when I really started to take off with this business, with the online business in the online world. It's not difficult. I mean, I'm not a smart kid. I failed sophomore year of college. I completely flunked out. And it's probably because I wasn't passionate, but I'm not a smart kid. That means if I can do it, you can too. So with that, stay tuned, and I want you to check out these next couple of videos. You guys, so what I want to do for you now is give you the freedom formula, the formula that basically it will take you, if you want to start an online business, this is the formula that you're going to have to apply in order to see a successful business. Because without this triangle, all right, without one side, it's going to fail. Think about it like a tripod. You can't just toss a tripod up and put a camera on there without one leg. What's going to happen? If you have 2 legs, it's going to fall. Or same thing with the chair. You have to have at least all 3 for it to actually work. All right. So what I want to walk you through is how this is all going to look for you and how you can apply it to your business. So the first thing you're going to need is a foundation. Okay, obviously when you're building a house, you're gonna need a foundation because without the foundation, the house is just gonna fall. You build that foundation on some sand, it's gonna fall. So you have to have a solid, foolproof system, okay? And I'm gonna write that down, a system. This is the system that you're going to use to get consistent results. Meaning, without the system, none of these other things will work. Now, the next thing, the walls and the roof, okay? The walls and the roof are likened to your offer. Now, this offer that you provide is going to be whatever, you're selling. Meaning if you have, an info product, if you have, a baseball cap, if you have a pair of jeans you're selling on, whatever the offer is, all right, you need to have a solid offer. This is going to be, consistent. It's going to be there month after month. Just like your walls and roof, you want them to be there month after month. They're not built there to fall down the next month, okay? Now the last thing you're going to need is the electricity. A house without electricity isn't very conventional. It's not going to be, you're not going to be living there for long without the electricity. I can't go a day without using my phone, without plugging in my phone. That being said, you're going to need some electricity to run this house. Now that electricity is going to be your traffic. Okay, so this traffic, you're going to get this traffic, the right traffic. Not all traffic's created equal. The right traffic in front of your offer. But what most people do, and this is a huge mistake, is they take this traffic and direct them straight to their offer. Now the problem here is, it's like, think about it like a mouse, okay? A mouse, I've heard stories, a mouse will basically cut through steel, chew through steel to get to the cheese, okay? But what happens is they can get scared away very easily. So as soon as that mouse hears a whisper of a cat whisker, they're gonna run away. And it's the same thing with your prospect. It's the same thing with the people. There's traffic that you're getting in front of the offer. If you direct them straight to the offer without giving them, providing them some sort of value first, they're not gonna wanna buy. They're gonna run away automatically. That being said, you don't wanna just do this. This is meant to work in a systematic way. So it basically goes from one to the other, to the other. And like I said, without any of these, all are gonna fail. So you have to have, traffic, get the right traffic, the right viewers' eyes in front of your offer. And if you have a system that gets them in front of your offer, you're gonna have a very highly converting offer. Okay, so now what I wanna do for you guys, now that you've checked out the Freedom Formula, now what I wanna do for you guys is give you stories of people on my team that have worked with me and my partner Nick personally, and how this system has helped them change their lives.
Hey guys, what's up? My name's Jenna Thomas. I'm 20 years old and network marketing has completely changed my life. Just a few months ago, I was a broke college student who didn't really have any direction of what I wanted to do with my degree, and I got involved in this industry, and now I've become one of the top females in my company. And I've personally been able to work with Nick and Paul, and I must say these two guys have extraordinary leadership. They're all about making sure that the newest person on the team has the tools, the knowledge, and the information to become successful, and they're always there to guide the newest person through the tough times and get them to the fun times in this industry. So if you're looking for some people to mentor you and help you and really become successful, I couldn't suggest two guys that are better than Paul and Nick.
My name's Silas Thompson, and I'm up here in the Eastern Sierras, and met a couple guys a little while back that have pretty much changed my life, changed my outlook on everything. How I believe in myself, how I go about business, and how I just wake up every morning and want to go get the world. Anyways, Nick and Paul are without a doubt a couple of entrepreneurs that will literally make you believe in yourself. These two are powerhouse team builders.
Man, these guys, Paul and Nick, man, these are some interesting people. There are very few people you come across in life, very few, where you just have a conversation with them. You're like, I got to stay in touch with that guy. When I was first in the industry and everything like that, I was shy. I was afraid to hop on camera like I am right now. But after just having a few conversations with Paul and Nick and just listening to their passion and energy they have inside of it, it just awoke a fire within me. I got interested in the industry. I got engaged. I was making it happen for myself. But it was their leadership and their initiative and their mentorship that got me to where I am today, guys.
Hey, how you doing? This is Carlton Riddick coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. This is my home office, and I'm just so excited that you're looking at getting involved with Nick and Paul. I can tell you, I've been online for a while, and I know that my business was transformed once I got started working with these guys. They have the skills, the expertise, the information that you need to take your business to the next level. So get started now. Just go ahead and click it and get started now, all right? Talk to you soon.
Hello, everyone. Edwin Glass Rivera here, born and raised in Puerto Rico. I'm living out in Hollywood, California now, and I connected with Nick Anderson about a year ago through a YouTube video. I joined his team. He's been an incredible help ever since then, as well as Paul Ivacoli. I didn't meet him personally at the time, but I plugged into his training, into his Fast Start training, the PS3 system, and a lot of other things that he teaches, and he teaches well inside this industry. I got a chance to meet him personally last month in an industry event we have, as well as next month we'll be having an industry event in Vegas. It's gonna be huge, but he is a great individual, great guy. Connect with him, get his training, plug into the team, and let's get you to the top.
How's it going, guys? Paul Ivacoli here, and I'm stoked to see you guys made it this far. I hope you guys enjoyed those stories, those testimonials from people, from all over the nation, all over the world. And the cool thing is, you guys, they're not any different than you or I. You and I are not any different. We're just a bunch of average kids who had a dream to build something online. The crazy thing about the internet nowadays is that it's created more millionaires in the history of millionaires than any other, industry combined. If you were to actually look at the numbers of people that are young or even old for that matter, earning money on the internet, it's absolutely insane. So like I said, we wouldn't be anywhere without those people that we just talked about, or that gave you their stories, and we wouldn't be anywhere without you guys. That being said, I want to kind of go over, investing in yourself, because one of my personal mentors in my life, Jim Rohn, he always said a formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. And see, I was so scared to invest in myself because I would always make the excuse of, I don't have the money, I don't have the time. I would always have these excuses because sometimes, a product that costed a couple $100s to literally change my life was too much for me. And I would be like, well, that product over there, I'll buy it when I can afford it. The only problem was I couldn't afford it unless I grew. So reality was it needed to be the other way around. Even if I couldn't afford it, I should have bought it, because that way I would have invested in myself first, and then the money would come to me. Most people aren't willing to do that, but it's funny the way it works with, college nowadays. Now, and I'm not going to say anything negative about college, but I'm going to give you some facts. I'm going to give you some statistics. People think the other way around in college. See, they invest in college first, but don't invest in themselves. And it's funny the way that works, and it's funny the way that people perceive it, but why do people go to college in the first place? Well, most people go to college to set themselves apart from the crowd, right? In generations past, people go to college to get an education, so that way when they went to an employer to earn a pretty good living, maybe $45,000 a year, they were hoping that that degree would set them apart. The only problem is everyone's doing it. Everyone you and I know is going to college to get a degree. Now, if everyone's doing the same thing, don't you think everyone's going to get the same result? Which is what? 55% of the graduating class last year alone was jobless or underemployed. So I want to give you guys some statistics to show you exactly what college looks like, the return, the return rate on your investment, the ROI on that investment. So check this out, you guys. 71%. That's a staggering number. 71% of college seniors this last year, was in debt after they graduated. Now, the average rate of debt for each one of those seniors, $29,400. That means across the nation, this is the biggest debt in the nation at over $1 trillion. It's bigger than credit card debt, you guys. So $29,400. Now, if you're, part of that 55%, that's going to be pretty hard to pay off. You don't know how to pay it off. That's not going to be too fun. Out of those 29,000, say the 45% that do go and get jobs. Well, the average median salary for a person with a bachelor's degree is $44,398.50. If you're a woman, women actually do get paid a little bit less than men. You're going to get a little bit less depending on your state. Men, you're going to get paid a little bit more, but the median between everyone is around $44,000. That being said, most people, this is scary, you guys, most people are in that hole for 15 to 20 years. For 15 to 20 years, the average, amount of time it takes to actually pay off that $29,000, if not more. Some people are in $50,000 to $100,000 in debt simply go to college to get a degree to hopefully make some extra money. Most people don't go to college just because they love what they're learning. A lot of people, if you love your degree, if you love your major, that's great, but you wouldn't go if you weren't going to get paid out of that school. You would do the education on your own, wouldn't you? Okay? To be in a hole, in a pit hole for 15 to 20 years, I didn't like that idea. I didn't like the thought of being stuck, digging my own hole, digging my own debt. I wasn't stoked about it at all, you guys. I went to college for 2 years. I put myself in 30 grand, plus in debt for 2 years. And I decided at that point in time I wasn't going to do that to myself anymore because I wasn't even passionate about it. Now, I'm not saying that's all of you guys. If you're going to school to be a doctor or a lawyer, keep going. But you know what? It's going to be hard to set yourself apart from everyone else in the world that's also doing it. I truly do believe the internet's a way to set yourself apart. When you have a higher ROI, return on investment, by simply investing in yourself and learning how to run a business online, that's what's so cool about this. So what exactly are you going to be getting with Empower, you guys? What exactly are you going to be getting with Empower? Well, for number one, you're going to be getting a community of people, like I said, just like you and I, who are about the same dream, who are about the same goal. See, this whole community was founded by a guy named Dave Wood. One of my greatest mentors of all time. Now, let me tell you a quick story about Dave Wood. Dave Wood used to be, actually 5 years ago, David Wood was a homeless hippie man, crazy, living in a van. He doesn't even wear shoes when he goes out in public most of the time. Crazy thing is, this guy's one of the top 10 income earners in the world of direct selling. That means this guy sells over $100 million a year through this company called Empower Network. Every single year, $100+ million a year, simply using the internet, simply, helping people build their own business online. And the crazy thing is, he didn't do this for himself. See, he'd been making, $100,000+ a year for multiple years when he decided, I need to make a company where I can actually help my friends make as much money as I am. Because I was so sick and tired of seeing so many friends struggle. I was feeling good, I was comfortable, but I wanted to create something to where I could help other average people, my friends, make money. So guess what? They could go travel with me, so they could live a life with me. They weren't always calling me, complaining about their debt, about their worries, about their problems. That's why he created this company. That's why he allows you to get 100% commission for a product that he created. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to give it to him. Because I already know how to build a multiple six-figure business. Now it's multiple millions. So that's exactly why he created Empower. The second thing you're going to get is training. All right? Some of the best marketing / online training you will ever see in this industry of direct sales. That means you're going to learn how to build your own lucrative online business that's going to help you to develop, if you work it part-time, just simply by learning from our training, this training platform, all right, you're going to be able to actually start to do this part-time, all right, and then quit your job or quit whatever you're doing if you decide to do it. If not, you're going to still learn how to build an online business. And the last thing, you're going to get the opportunity to get 100% commissions simply for sharing this product with other people. That means 100%, not 10%, not 20%, not 40%, 100%. The first company I got involved with actually 2 years ago, it wasn't a fun experience. Okay, I was working with a health and nutrition, health and wellness company, and the commissions were so bad. Okay, so bad that I literally had to sell basically everything I owned to stay afloat because I really did believe in it, and I really did believe in myself. The only problem was I wasn't getting paid enough. So I sold as much as I could just to stay afloat. I mean, I literally didn't have enough money to pay my bills. I didn't have enough money at the end of the month. And I don't know if you've ever been there, but it wasn't fun for me. Okay, I had to sell, all of my personal belongings, like my iPod, my cell phone. I had to sell, let's see here. I had to sell my skis, all of my skiing stuff. Okay, and I remember at one point in time, I looked in my bank account, and I had less than $40 for the whole month. That means I had to pay all my bills on $40. I didn't even know how I was going to do it. But I'm going to tell you one thing. This whole system, what Dave Wood created, saved my life. See, I'm so grateful that 2 years ago I struggled like I did, so that way I could come here right now and say, you know what, I'm not going to let that struggle hold me back. I'm not going to let my situation, my personal situation hold me back. I'm not going to let this debt hold me back. And ever since then, my life has began to change, and it's changed and changed and changed. And the crazy thing is, it's not just changed my life, but it's changed hundreds and hundreds and thousands of other people's lives as well. So that being said, you guys, I'm actually going to toss it off to Nick so he can actually go through you with what the products are, exactly what they are, what they can do for you, and how you're going to use these products to build a business part-time. But until then, we'll keep in touch and talk to you guys soon.
All right, so right now we're on my Facebook, and the feedback that we've been getting from video number 1 and video number 2, I really appreciate all of it, you guys. But the number one question that I've received is, what is Empower Network specifically? So I'm going to do the best in my ability to explain to you, from my point of view, what it's done for myself and what it's done for Paul, because, where we've gotten in the past year, you guys, can be accredited towards what Empower Network has taught us, about being better leaders, about being better public speakers, about building culture, about online marketing. Everything that we've learned and that we've taught you within the past few videos has come directly as a result of Empower's training. So it's pretty unbelievable what it can teach you guys. But, I want to go over what Empower is, and up on the board in a little bit, I'm going to be explaining, how you can earn an income by sharing their products with other people, with your friends, people that you know, and people that you meet through different networks. So they've been around in business since 2011, October 31st. And it's pretty funny and ironic, founded on Halloween, but their first year in sales did over $60 million. which is unbelievable. And since that day in 2011, they've paid out over $100 million in commissions back to the affiliates. And that's unbelievable, you guys. That's record-breaking numbers. And most companies, they don't share that number. They only share what they're bringing in from product sales. They don't share what they're paying back to their distributors, because a lot of companies out there, they only pay a small percentage. You know, Empower Network is 100% commissions, so that's how they pay out a lot back to their members, because Dave Wood, he founded the company on one purpose, you guys, to giving back to the people and allowing people to make money like gurus do, you know, without being a guru, because so many people get started in network marketing business and they're just clueless. I mean, they're being taught different things from different leaders, and they're not getting to, you know, the meat and potatoes, the bare bone basics of what they need to know to build a successful business online. Now, Empower's been around for a little over 3 years, and there's currently over 155,000 active customers that use the blogging platform, you guys, their core product. That's crazy. In under 3 years, over 155,000. I mean, that's unbelievable, you guys. So many people are getting access to this training, getting access to this platform, and using it to build their business. Now, I want you to think about this. Different people are good at different things, right? You know, some people might excel in some areas and struggle in others. Like me and Paul, for example, he's good at some things that I'm not good at. And on the other hand, I'm good at some things that he isn't. So that's why we complement and work with each other so greatly, you guys. But think about this. So many people, they join the network marketing industry, and some people don't, because they think they're going to have to build their business one specific way. They think they're going to have to be pounding the phones all day or doing events all day. And while some people might be great at calling people, some people are just great at talking to strangers and selling them on anything. Like they can sell a vacuum cleaner at a high commission if they wanted to, while other people are great at doing like events, meetings at hotels and at people's houses. Some people are great at public speaking, about giving presentations. Some people are great culture builders, then other people are just great at marketing in general. So people have different talents, you guys. Now think about this, like Mark Zuckerberg, you know, the owner of Facebook, obviously, he isn't the best public speaker. Like if you see the guy in an interview, pretty awkward, but one thing he is great at is getting people to work together, and he's a great marketer. See, whatever talent you want to have or you want to improve on, whether it's your public speaking, whether it's your culture building, whether it's online marketing or branding your product out there in different ways, you guys, you can learn that through Empower Network. And at the same time, by sharing it with other people, you know, earn a commission, which I'm going to get into in a little bit, obviously, guys. You know, that's pretty exciting part, but hold off for that, because I want to talk to you about what their products are in a little bit. But what Empower Network is not, it's not your get rich quick scheme. It's not a lottery ticket that you just scratch off and make $1 million, you guys. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. But if you treat it like $1 million business, then guess what? I mean, you have the potential to earn as much as you want. There's no salary cap. So it's crazy, you guys. And here's the thing. Can I just be real with you? I mean, you know, I don't want to give you any BS, no smokes and mirrors. You know, most people, they don't start up with network marketing to be on the phones all day. No one wants to be at meetings all day long, all week long, all year long for the next 5 to 10 years, right? You get started because you want to live the dream. You want to have a lifestyle where you have time and financial freedom in your life. So what Empower is teaching us, what it's going to be teaching you, and what we're going to be showing you is how to build a business and have a life at the exact same time. Okay, so Empower has 5 core products that they sell to their customers and their distributors. And the first one, which is their core product, is the viral blogging platform. Now this blog, you guys, it's designed by marketers for marketers. And it's already set up for you. Just plug and play to start posting stuff up there, because most people that try and create their own blog through like, you know, WordPress or their own domain site, they'll hire like a programmer and pay them thousands of dollars to set everything up for them, or they'll do it themselves and go through hours and hours and hours of setup. But if they have a programmer do it, chances are they don't have the right sales psychology on their blog. You know, they don't have the right like images, you know, pictures, side banners and stuff to, you know, market it and brand it out there, and it doesn't rank very well. That's why most people that create blogs, there's a new blog created every 3 seconds, you guys. So how many people out there are putting blogs out that just don't know how to market it? So Empower's already set up for you with that. The next product, it's called the Inner Circle Audios. Now this is mindset training, and this is a $100 a month product, and honestly by far my favorite product that they have, because in order to get your mindset right, you guys, you have to listen to audios on a daily basis. And these are every single Monday night at 7 p.m. I'll actually throw the number right here so you guys can call those in if you want every Monday night. But here's the cool thing. Every single Monday call, they record and they put in an archive of conference calls that you can listen to back to the day they're founded. So there's thousands of hours of audios from all of their, six-figure or higher earners. You have to be making money in Empower even to be on these calls, you guys, to share your story. So the people that are sharing their stories, they're sharing with you what works in their business. And by far, this is the most powerful thing, because if you're listening to stuff on a daily basis, it starts to change the way you think. And your thoughts perceive your actions, you guys. And based on what you're doing in your business are going to be based on what you're feeding yourself and how you're growing your mind. Self-education, like Paul says, you guys, will make you a fortune. Okay, so the Costa Rica Mastermind is the next product. And this one is a $500 one-time payment for this product. Now, here's the crazy thing about it. Dave Wood charged $3,000 per person for a retreat to come down to his house where he taught him this information. It's a recording of that entire retreat. There's 11 videos where it teaches you everything, you guys, from like how to use metaphors and the powers of stories when you're giving a presentation, how to build culture, how to be a better leader, and how to set up funnels to where you can attract people into your business. And this product, you guys, it's crazy. That $500 one-time payment, he charged them over $3,000. So the value you're getting out of that is unbelievable. The next one is called the 15K formula. Now this product, it's a one-time payment of $1,000. And this teaches you how to build your business and scale it on upwards of, $15,000 a month. Now it's a recording of 24 videos from all of the top earners in Empower Network, teaching you exactly what they're doing to build their business today. Like everything you guys can think of, from SEO, blogging strategies, Facebook paid per click ads, home events, how to be a better speaker, how to be a better leader, how to build culture, how to set your mindset in the right area to where you're living on, path and on mission with your purpose, you guys, just everything that you can think of. Now, the last product, this one's like the grand finale, you guys. It's called the Masters Course. And it's called the Masters Course for a reason, because it teaches you how to scale your business upwards of $100,000 a month. Now, I recommend not buying this product, and you might say, Nick, well, why would you recommend that? I would say don't buy it until you got all the other products, because until you can produce a result, then focusing on becoming a master, you guys. The path to mastery takes a lot of time. Like Malcolm Gladwell says, it takes like 10,000 hours of mastery to become an expert in a certain field. So the Masters Course shows you everything their $1 million earners do to build their business. And think of it like, in terms of fireworks, you guys, what you can buy in your local town for fireworks, they're pretty cool. They can excite you. Masters Course is like the grand finale. Those are like the illegal fireworks that you got to drive out of town to see, but it's worth every single penny, you guys. That is a $3,500 one-time payment for that product, and gives you everything that you need to know about building your business online. All right, how do you make money with Empower, right? So we've talked about earning 100% commissions by sharing their core products with other people. So what I've done is I've drawn up an exact representation of how many sales you need to make with those products to be earning a specific income. Because, let's be real here. I don't know what life-changing income is for you. It could be your first $100 online. It could be $1,000 a month, or it could be, $10,000 a month. Depending on what that number is, I want to walk you through, how many sales you need to make in order to be earning that income. And Empower pays you in two different ways, okay? A commission-based income and a residual-based income. It combines the best of both worlds with that, you guys. Like in video 1, if you watch that video by clicking the link above, I talk about the commission, the difference between the commission versus the residual income. Now with Empower's first 2 products, the viral blogging and the inner circle, that's your residual-based income, because that's the $25 and the $100 a month product. Now, as you get into the higher ticket with the Costa Rica 15K and Masters, that's your commission income. That's your one-time payments, but you guys will see how easy it is to earn a higher up income by selling the higher commissions product. And it's paid out every single week, every Friday, deposited into your bank account, you guys. And most companies, they pay out like once every 2 weeks. Like maybe your job that you're working with does that. So it's nice to have that residual income flowing in week after week, so you don't have to worry about when the next paycheck is. So let's just say, you guys, you want to earn $1,000 a month, right? So with the blogging platform, you'd have to sell between like 50 and 60 blogging platforms to make that residual each month. Now, as you climb up, you can obviously see the numbers right there. You know, if let's say you want to make 10 grand a month, let's say you want to get into the 6-figure range, you know, you don't want to just dip your toe in the water. You want to jump right in and get after it. It would take you around 400 plus sales to be making that each month, you guys. Now, that's a pretty big number. It might seem intimidating for some people, but check this out as you start to get further. With the Inner Circle, it only takes 136 sales to be making 10 grand a month right there. So it makes more sense to start getting the higher products, because as you start to sell those to people, it takes less conversations, it takes less blog posts, less videos, less things to get that product out there and make those sales. Now, as you start climbing into the higher products, you guys, you know, the Costa Rica takes 27 people to make 10 grand a month with that, you know, with that one-time payment, you guys. Now, the 15K takes 14 people. Now, check this out. The master's course, the grand finale, 7 people, and you actually make $12,000 right there. So would it make more sense to sell 400 plus blogging platforms to make, you know, your goal of 10 grand a month, or would it make more sense to sell 7 of the master's course to earn that income? Now, it's great to have the residual from this, but the reason why Empower has higher ticket commissions, you guys, is because of this. It's because of the law of commitment. Now, let me give you an example. Let's say you're going to walk into a bar, okay? And you see, you're going in with a group of friends and you see a guy or you see a girl that you look interested in. Now, if you go up to them and you ask them to marry you right off the bat, what's going to happen? They're going to look at you like a creep. You're probably going to get their drink poured down the back of your neck, right? You don't ask that right off the bat. First thing you ask their name, number, you want a few dates, and eventually that leads to marriage. Now, based on commitment, you guys, if you're asking someone to buy a $3,500 a month product, right from the get-go, they're probably gonna be like, holy crap, that's a lot of money. I'd have to sell my car to do that, right? But the reason why they have the blogging platform for only $25 a month, you guys, is that's a low commitment. That's barely any money at all. I remember being in the fraternity, and I'd be spending way more than that, scraping money together for the parties we'd be having each week. And I know people that spend more in fast food, spend more in Starbucks, they spend more in crap that isn't bettering their lives. You know, $25 a month, you guys, that's a small commitment to earn a high residual income from it. So if you can show people that they can get started for that low price, you know, you're going to get people that make a decision to purchase the Inner Circle, purchase the Costa Rica 15K, then the master's formula, you guys, the master's course. So my recommendation for you is at least get started on the blogging platform and the Inner Circle, because on the blogging platform, you can blog about whatever you want. You know, you can blog about your network marketing company. You can blog about another business, you know, photography. You can put your photos up on there. You can put your videos up on there. You know, you can blog about like your vegetable garden or your, you know, exercise business that you have. Anything that you want to talk about, you can have as many blogs as you want to blog about a bunch of different things. And like I said, there's a new blog created every 3 seconds. With the platform that you guys get for that $25, it's already set up for you, already set up with the capture pages, to where you don't have to create those. You just get a link from your back office that you can use to promote. And instead of having to sell the product yourself, you guys, you have Dave Wood in a video that you're going to see tomorrow where he sells the product for you. So you don't have to be worried about being a great presenter, being a great speaker. All you got to worry about is the most important thing, and that's getting people in front of the presentation from your targeted traffic, providing them with value, and all of that, you guys. So with that being said, that's just how you earn an income. I'll step out of the way. So if you guys want to write that down, take notes on that, you could use that for future reference.
Okay, so I have a confession to make. You see that little button that's right beneath this video? Before you click it and get started, I want you to know it's only going to be there for a limited time. And here's why. You know, Paul and I, we received an overwhelming amount of people asking us when we're going to be opening the doors to the public so you can get access to our system. But, you know, we didn't just want to open the doors and let anyone and everyone in, because just like you, we only have 24 hours in a day, right? And we value our time and yours way more than we value money, because you can always get more money, but you can never get your time back. So we decided to open the doors one day early so you can reserve your spot and test drive our system today 100% risk-free. But first, you know, I want to warn you. It's first come, first serve, and the first 100 people that make the decision to get started today is going to receive the viral blogging platform for only $7. But you need to make a decision quick, because spots are going to be filling up fast, and we're only going to allow the first 100 people to test drive our system for only $7. You know, and everyone else, they're going to have to pay full price. And here's the truth. You know, if you try and come back to this page in this video, the offer, it's most likely going to be taken down. So go ahead, you know, click the button beneath this video, and on the other page, you're going to be introduced to our mentor, Dave, where he breaks down everything you need to know in further detail. And remember, this offer, it's for a limited time only because we want you to make a decision. You see, over 2 years ago, I had to make a decision. Either continue to live paycheck to paycheck, struggling to pay my bills, doing the same thing day after day, expecting a different result, which, like I talked about, is the definition of insanity. Or, you know, I could make a new decision. I could decide enough is enough. I'm tired of other people telling me how much I'm worth. You know, I'm tired of having no money in my bank account, and I'm tired of watching other people live my dreams just because I'm too scared to take action. And if I sat around and waited for things to change, I would be broke for the rest of my life. So instead, I made a new decision to take control of my life because I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to live my dreams. And I know that success wants you just as badly as you want success. So take action, click the button beneath this video, and I will see you on the beaches of the world, my friend. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.